Poke Nerds, welcome in. Thanks so much for being here Thursday, December 11th. And we have got a little bit of a PSA grading reveal. And yeah, I'm aware of all the drama surrounding PSA right now. We'll talk about that at the end of the show, but want to get into the number one way to grow your collection. And that is finding, sourcing, ripping, however you find your cards, finding cards that you think can grade a PSA 10. And what you're looking for is the surface wear, the centering on front and back, and obviously the whitening on the edges, the cut on the edges. Are they clean? If you have those things and you're able to look at it in a dark room, bright light on the card, and you feel like you've got 55-45 centering, you feel like there's very little to no whitening, no surface damage, no print lines, you've got a really good chance of getting a 10. And I'm now 12 of 15 on cards I have submitted this year to PSA, getting Gem Mint 10. So we're going to take a look at these cards. I'm really excited about it. To me, this is the number one way to grow your collection. Whether you are a value-based collector, a collector who wants to get specific cards in your collection, somebody who loves raw cards, singles, whatever it may be, this is the number one way to grow your collection. Because if you're somebody who just loves the slabs, yeah, obviously, go get them graded. It's not very expensive to get cards graded. If you're somebody who loves growing the value of your collection, getting PSA 10s grows your value tremendously. And then if you're somebody who collects specific Pokemon, specific cards from different sets, whatever it may be, you can use grading as a tool to be able to then sell the cards you get graded and go find the cards you actually want at better values, right? If you have a card that you pulled from a pack and it might be a $20 card, raw. It's not a card you particularly love, but you think it can grade a PSA 10. Maybe that $20 card is worth $150 or $200 in a PSA 10. You submit it, so now you're 20, 30 bucks in, whatever it may be, and you end up getting a card that can make you over $100 profit, $150 profit, in some cases a whole lot more. So this is the number one way, again, in my opinion, for you to grow your collection. It's like a cheat code. You find cards that are good, popular cards, get them graded, and there's definitely levels to it. I'm not grading 100 cards a month. I'm grading like a handful of cards a month. And I do always try to have a submission out to PSA. And I've been using GameStop a lot because it's faster. You're getting your return times better at GameStop. But I just want to let y'all, like, if you're not grading cards, you're probably doing it wrong. You're probably costing yourself money if you're not grading some of the cards that you have. And it's super easy to do it through GameStop. $20, you get it back in about 2 months, which is a better time than pretty much anybody I'm hearing from outside. And yeah, GameStop's pretty scummy. PSA's had some drama as well. I have not had any issues personally. I don't know anyone who's had issues personally with grading through PSA through GameStop. So looking at my only 9 here, we've got 4 cards, and this is the Blissey V from Silver Tempest, Blissey V Trainer Gallery. It's a cute card. I thought it was a 10. There's like a tad bit of whitening that I didn't see when I submitted it on the edges. And these Trainer Gallery cards that have like the black border, that can be difficult, just because the black border can be such a stark contrast with the little bit of whitening as compared to some other border colors. But that's the only 9 I got. Again, I'm 12 of 15 right now on getting 10s on the English side. I have done a really poor job with Japanese, so for whatever reason, that hasn't gone as well for me. So I've been trying to stick to English, but that's 80% gem rate. That's going to do really well for you if you're scouting out cards and finding cards. And I do think that if you're trying to do it to sell, you want to find cards that are popular. One set in particular that has just tremendous gem rates is Crown Zenith. Such a high quality set in terms of some of the cards that are in it, but also the quality control. was excellent. So we've got this Entei V right now, and this card very very far off its all-time high. It reached almost 200 in a PSA 10. It's now down below 150, so I probably won't be selling it yet and holding on to it a little bit. Crown Zenith is my favorite set of all time. I master setted the Galarian Gallery and all the secret rares from the set, so huge fan of the Entei V, Raikou, Suicune, all that stuff, but Crown Zenith, if you're looking in the wild for cards, Crown Zenith is a good place to look. If your local game store, card store, whatever it may be, has Crown Zenith cards, if you're just looking on eBay, whatever it is, that's a good set to look at. And it's harder now to find clean copies than it was even like earlier this year because everybody seems to be grading right now. But it is what it is. Dragapult VMAX. Dragapult was probably my favorite Pokemon from Gen 8. And I'm not like a huge fan of Rainbow Rare cards, but I pulled this myself and I absolutely love Dragapult. Obviously, I haven't been opening Rebel Clash recently. This was back in like 2020, 2021, whatever it was. But Dragapult VMAX, very cool card. It's not super valuable or anything. This one will stay in my PC for a while. And if it does end up becoming valuable down the road, could potentially get rid of it and then replace it with a raw card. I personally am not like somebody who craves having graded cards. I know that like that adds some exclusivity and all that type of. To me, it's not really about the exclusivity. It's just about getting the cards I love. And my favorite cards in the hobby right now, illustration rares and special illustration rares, modern like alt arts from Sword and Shield, Tag Team. I just think that the modern full illustration style cards are the best. I know that's not the most popular opinion. Everybody loves vintage, but I just think that the ultra modern really is the king for me. And that's kind of how I roll. Everybody's got a different opinion, and that's great. And speaking of an ultra modern illustration rare, this Marshadow with Pikachu, I love this card. I really do. And I've pulled it multiple times, but this one, I pulled it out. I saw it. I was like, yeah, I think that's a 10. I think I might have opened this one on the channel. I can't remember. But yeah, just got this back. Marshadow creeping on Pikachu. The Marshadow in its Zenith form means it's like about to strike. Super cool illustration. And this one I do have on eBay already. I think for like 160 right now. So if you're interested, you can hit me up. But yeah, this card, it was way hyped and pumped up early on just because of the Pikachu cameo. Its price raw has gone down significantly and in a PSA, but to me, would be happy to get this into somebody's hands that really wants the graded version of it. Illustration rares and special illustration rares from Mega Evolution base set, I think that the quality control was pretty darn good. So that's another set you can look at. Again, I think that you don't always need to go looking at for specific sets, but that can help you if you know which sets have good quality control. It can also help you on the opposite end. Like if you know a set has bad quality control and you find a card that you think looks like a PSA 10, that card's probably going to be worth more because it's probably a lot harder to hit. So you got to just kind of have your finger on the pulse with those things and have experience. Like an example, obviously, is the Paldea Evolved Magikarp. It's difficult to 10 that. But that's my little return for this month. 4 cards, and going to be trying to move the Marshadow, holding on to the Dragapult, holding on to the Entei for a while and seeing where that ends up going. It's not the best time to sell graded cards or cards in general right now because the market is so down. You obviously can, and I mean, still make a good profit, but I try to sell at better times. And then the Blissey V I'll be holding on to as well in a PSA 9. People just don't look for PSA 9s these days very often. And if they do, they can be, especially in this market right now that's down and there's not a lot of people trying to buy, you might have to sell a 9 cheaper than a raw card or right at the same price point when it really should be a little bit more expensive. So that's where we're at. I highly encourage you, if you're not grading your cards, start thinking about doing that because it can help you grow your collection so much. Like just an example of it, beyond this, like a higher level example, I found the promo shiny Rayquaza VMAX from from Sun and Moon and graded it. I bought it for like $85. I thought for sure it was gonna 10. It looked really clean, and it did 10. And I was able to sell it for like $400 or $500. I was able to find a Gardevoir from Paldean Fates, same thing. It was cheap. It was a little bit cheaper at that point. Was able to sell it close to 500. You can even go hunting big game like the Glaceon VMAX from Evolving Skies. That's not normally a card I would purchase. It's an expensive card, but it's like I think that's going to 10. And the thing, there's very little risk in doing that because as long as you have a sales channel, eBay, website, TCG Player, whatever it may be, which obviously TCG Player doesn't do graded slabs, but as long as you have a sales channel and like if that Glaceon VMAX came back a 9, I could sell it at the same price I got it for. And the only real loss there is the fact that you had the money tied up in that card while it was getting graded. So really not a huge risk in terms of buying cards that you think can 10 and then grading them, as long as you're pretty you got pretty high standards for what you're looking for from a condition standpoint. But that'll do it. Again, cards need to be popular too. You need to get popular Pokemon, popular cards from popular sets. So those are kind of my little tips, tricks, and just encouragement to start grading cards. Absolutely. And you don't necessarily have to go find cards. Like if you just have cards in your collection that you think might look good, give them another once over in the dark with a bright light. Look at all the things we talked about. You can help grow your collection in a big way. Really appreciate y'all tuning in. If you enjoy the content, please like and subscribe. Y'all have a good one.